Here we have Jesus on trial. Here we have them trying to find evidence against him, but there is none. If you don't find something unfair in that, I don't know what you would find as unfair. They couldn't find evidence, so they dug for something, and they tried to make it up. Verse 56 tells us that many false witnesses spoke against him. It's very clear. What type of witnesses are they? They're false. They're not real. They're not telling the truth. They're telling lies. So many false witnesses spoke against him, and this is the best part, but they contradicted each other. In other words, they couldn't even agree. It's like, give me the bribe that I want to be paid. I'll tell you what you want me to say, but it doesn't work out. Their story, it doesn't add up. And so now we're to the point, they're not only trying to find evidence against Jesus, now they're basically buying witnesses or whatever they're doing to conjure up a case against him. And the most ironic thing about this is they're trying to do all of this gathering of witnesses to follow God's law. For instance, in Deuteronomy 17, it says, "But never put a person to death on the testimony of only one witness." So their goal is to put Jesus to death. Now they need multiple witnesses. So they're trying to get witnesses. So they're trying to fulfill God's law in that. Deuteronomy 19:15 says you must not convict anyone of a crime on the testimony of only one witness. Okay, so they're trying to get witnesses. But here's the funniest part. Exodus 20:16, one of the 10 commandments, says you must not testify falsely against your neighbor. What is happening? The Sanhedrin is breaking the Big Ten in order to try to fulfill what they have to do for the other laws that they follow. Gosh, this seems like a messed up situation. The Pharisees, their heart, though, we know, had been committed to killing Jesus for a while. Their heart was already there, where their goal was the death of Jesus, and that was it. They would do anything they could to make it happen. Have you ever noticed how often people in power try to use their power to bring the people they don't like down? Mark 3:6 says, "At once the Pharisees went away and met with supporters of Herod to plot how to kill Jesus." All the way back in Mark chapter 3, they started this journey to try to bring him down. And now we have him on trial, false witnesses, all of this going on because they're trying to get rid of the problem that they see in Jesus. And if you've been with us on this journey, you know he was a problem to their power. He was a problem to their control. He was a problem to what they had going on in the temple. Because if we remember, they were doing some shady business deals in the temple. And Jesus went in and said, no, not in my Father's house. This is to be a house of prayer. And so they didn't like him very much because he upset their power structure. The saddest part is they had it all under the guise of religion, faith, and walking with the Lord. The rest were all on board. The Pharisees got on board in Mark chapter 3. The rest became on board when that temple operation got shut down in Mark chapter 11. You know, when I think of injustice, we can think of some of the biggest injustices in the world that some are fighting.